Okay, good morning, everyone. I think we'll get started. So thanks very much for joining today's Road to Hybrid Learning webinar. Just a few housekeeping points before we get started. The session will last about 45 minutes today. So we're going to start with a presentation from Philippe Remion, and then we'll move into the Q&A session. On the right-hand side of your screen, you should see a moderator live chat. So as we go, please feel free to type in your questions in the box and we'll answer as many as we can at the end. So I'm going to stop talking now and I'm going to hand over to Philippe. So Philippe, over to you.
Yes, thank you very much, Alex. Good morning, everybody. So indeed today with Alex, we are going to co-animate this seminar on hybrid to learning, I would say, solution to for the education market. So I'm Education Business Development Manager for Sony Europe, and today we will be talking about our experience in the last year, what we have been living during all this very strange year due to COVID situation, and how universities have been adapting or not, and what we will be, I would say, seeing for the future in terms of development for this solution. So indeed, as we said, up to now, campus were closed. Many campuses have been closed. Some other are open, have been working in hybrid. They had to adapt to this new situation. They had to adapt to this new normal. Basically, some did better than others. But what was very surprising is that in centuries it never happened, and they had to adapt very quickly. So what happened in these universities? Basically, most of them have invested in web conferences system. You all know them: Cisco WebEx, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, BlueJeans. All these solutions have grown and have seen extraordinary results in terms of development. But indeed, as you all know, this solution may be a bit frustrating because the teacher only can send one flow at a time. So basically, it may be a bit frustrating for them. There was a minimum investment in hardware. This has been very surprising because most of the universities were not ready in terms of budgets. They were not ready in terms of also knowledge, maybe. They were not prepared. Some were already thinking about hybrid learning because this is something that is in the air at the moment. But many of them were not really prepared to go for that so quickly. So the investment in hardware was, I would say, globally quite minimum, just buying a webcam, just buying a microphone. Many of the universities that already had e-learning capabilities, platforms like lecture capture system, etc., have been growing their capabilities in terms of storage, in terms of numbers of students that can connect at the same time, and they have gone for this solution already. And many of them also invested into lecture capture system, which allow students to be reviewing each course. You all know them: Ubicast, it's one of our biggest partners, Captura, Panopto, are the ones that have been chosen for this development. Okay. So in another way, what happened in Sony during this last year? We have done many demos during this year, more than 200, we believe. It's very difficult with all the team, all the account managers, also to have a clear view about how many have been done, but it's very big. And indirect, I would say, with face-to-face meeting through the system like we are doing today, we have made more than 200 demos. Many projects were won in Europe since that, and very major projects where we have been learning a lot. We have been developing a lot of solutions, and in this one we can see American University of Paris, IMD, Technische Universität München, I don't have the accent, or Würzburg University, and all these projects were with microphone, with Agile appliance, with solutions that we are developing for education. But let's talk about two specific ones where you will have the possibility to see also case studies that are available online. Comillas University in Madrid is one of the big projects that we have won this year. Comillas, they wanted to have a solution to capture the audio in a way that the teacher can walk freely and do not touch the microphone anymore. So for sanity reasons, for sure, and also for practical reasons. This is something that they were thinking about before already, and they have gone for this project when the opportunity came. Basically, we have been deploying there 228 microphones for their classroom. Since this moment, and when we made the case study like 3 months ago, we have counted that about 900 hours of classes have been done for more than 6,000 students a day using this new system. This is amazing, and this is showing that it has been working very well. You will have the possibility to find, I put the link down there, but it's available on the productsony.eu website. Another project that we have won and we are quite proud also of is UNIL, University of Lausanne. With the University of Lausanne, it's a project where they started some time ago with Ubicast for the lecture capture solution. We have been deploying, they have been growing really strongly in their capability of recording and of streaming. You will have also this project available if you want to see it in the case study on our website. But basically, they have been increasing and invested into 20 more lecture capture system for their big lecture room. And adding to that tracking solution from Edge Analytics from our side into their capability, so that everything is automated. And basically, teacher come in the room, just have to speak, and the system will do the rest, meaning tracking the possibility without having any operator inside the room. So this has been a very nice project. We have 17 also Edge Analytics appliance solution with tracking capabilities installed in this big lecture room, and the project is about also to deploy with more projects to come, as far as I'm aware. So, what are the new challenges after COVID? What is going to be happening now? School will have to invest more. This, we are sure about that, because the new normal has come, and we all hope that we will come back to normal, kind of normal, but it will never be any more normal the same way. Why do the university will have to invest more? First, students are complaining after this year about the quality of the online courses. You all know that on the beginning, the problem that university had was the congestion about the network, the capability of the students to be able to connect. You all have seen that in the newspaper. Nobody was really prepared, and the infrastructure, even if they are strong, were not strong enough to cover the needs from the connection, the number of connections. And now what we can see is that students are really having issues alone at their home, following the courses in a degraded mode. So this is going to be a necessity, a real necessity, to bring a much better quality of the connection, and also the way that we publish the online courses. Education is to become a top priority in Europe, and this is very interesting because, as you may also see in the news, all the governments are really cautious about the fact that education is very important for our next generation to come, in order to really answer the needs from the companies, to grow people, to educate them, etc., for the future. So this is going to be a very strong priority in the next year. And also teachers find systems very complex to use. So this is putting a lot of stress into all the hybrid, I would say, solution. And this is our role, manufacturer, the technology, I would say, builder, to find solutions that will be giving the possibility for teachers to have a very simple system to use without a big training to be used. We know that the education market will grow its investments. This is a study that came actually in the next 6 years for the reason that I said already, but also because education everywhere in the world is very strong, very important. Very interesting, Europe market share on this education, higher education, is very high. 35% of the total revenue in the education world is coming from Europe. So Europe is a very strong market for higher education. Also very interesting is that it's also in Europe that you will see the biggest growth in terms of investment in the next 6 years, because we count about with the trend, the forecast would tend to be 11% per year up to 2026. So this is amazing, a very big amount to come. And also in Europe, main countries, France, Germany, UK, should be leading that in terms of investments, but we see also Spain, Italy, Russia is a bit outside Europe in the way that we see it, but all these countries will be seeing massive investments. It is not meaning that in Nordics region, in UK, in Nordics region, in Eastern countries, there will not be anything. But this is really where we need to concentrate our, I would say, investments, because the potential is there, the infrastructure are there, and we have the possibility to go and to find big investments. So what investments that university and schools need to consider? So the first thing we think is very important is that the students must be able to really clearly see the lecturer. This is very important when you are in a school. You need to feel, in order to feel immersed, you will see the teacher very clearly, and your eyes will go from the teacher to the board, to etc., etc. So the first thing is to see clearly the teacher. For that, and this is changing my view, we propose the Edge Analytics Appliance solution. This is, as I said before, automatic PTZ tracking solution, where the camera will be able to track the person that is the teacher that is speaking and following all the time during its presentation. For that, I mean, to keep the concentration high for people, this is very important. Then, next, we will have the Edge Analytics Appliance solution for the on-writing instruction. So basically what is going to happen is that I'm a teacher, I'm in front of my board, and all the time when I speak to my students, I will be hiding what is written on the board. So this, as I said, you need to see clearly the lecturer, but you need to see clearly the board and what is written on the board. So for example, if I go there, and I go around that, then now I can extract automatically the text. And if I go in front of it, then no problem, I won't hide the content that is written on the board. Okay, and then, so this is the second thing, to see clearly the board when talking. Also, very important thing is to be hearing correctly the teacher. This is very important to be able to walk really freely and have the possibility to reinforce the voice of the teacher while he's speaking in the classroom. So basically, with Massa 100, our new microphone, which was the first beamforming microphone released in the market in April last year, you have the possibility to talk, and the system will be reinforcing automatically the voice in the same room. So if the students are in the room, or sending it remotely for the students to be hearing the microphone correctly while they are on their web conference at home and following the course from home. So this is very important. And also for the teacher, very nice, because he doesn't have to equip himself with a microphone. He doesn't have to be wearing anything. And it's going to be very easy for him to enter in the room, just speak, and we do the rest. Very important point in that is to have the capability to have a lecture capture system that will be recording the full session, the full course for the teacher and for the students to be able to review the course at any time after. For that, we have a strong partnership with Ubicast, which is one of the European leaders into lecture capture solution. And Ubicast will be with 3 different types of machines. This is Box Plus, which is the biggest one. You can have up to 6 inputs for HDMI, for example, and 2 are TSP and DI. That will be collecting the video, that will be collecting all the inputs, and then sending it to a media server, and then having the possibility either on the cloud, either on premise, it's your decision for the storage, to be storing all the content, the courses, publish them to the LMS, and then having the possibility for the students to review directly from any device, PC, Mac, smartphone, etc., to review their courses. If only I had that when I was young. So globally, the final solution, I would say, is that we have our solution, our full solution consists of adding all these products all together, making them work all together. So basically, you can see the microphone that will be capturing the audio in the classroom, in the lecture room, wherever it is, so the teacher can work freely. The on-running instruction will be extracting exactly what is written on the board, so that students can see clearly what is written on the board. Then having the possibility, for example, to follow the teacher and to see him clearly when he's talking to his students, so that it will help concentrating a lot on the course and learning a lot. Or sending the PowerPoint, the slides, the presentation, whatever documents that need to be sent for the students. And then we have our PC, which will be collecting all the information. So for today, I'm using, for example, OBS solution, which is open free software. It's amazing software to be used. And also, I'm using a capture card from Elgato. This is a brand new PCI card that is integrated in the PC with 4 HDMI input. And also, I will be using a Stream Deck with hotkeys that I can use to select the inputs that I want to show and to publish in the system at the same time. So with this solution, we will be facilitating totally the teacher life, the teacher work, so that he can be operating directly himself what he needs to show, what he wants to show for the students, and also at the same time, Ubicast solution will be storing, will be recording the full solution, and then give it the possibility to see it in VOD anytime for the students from their home, and giving them the possibility to have the best quality possible. So all in all, our solution is that we are working on that. We can apply. This is a solution that is totally scalable for all the universities, all the high school, and our role, my role, is really to support universities, to support schools into building this solution for them. And that's it.
Great, thank you, Philippe. So while you've been talking, we've had a few questions come in. And to everyone who's watching, do keep typing them in because we'll try and get through as many as we can. The first one I've got here is, well, I think you did cover this one actually, but someone's just asking, does the beamforming mic amplify the sound in the classroom as well as recording for the recorded lectures?
Yes. Indeed, this is where I would say the microphone is really powerful. It was the first one, I would say, to be launched in the market, to have that. So you just simply have to connect one single RG45 cable. It's a Dante protocol cable in this microphone. And then after, through Dante, it's possible to send the audio through a standard analog amplifier with the correct adapter. And then the system will automatically do what some would speak about a voice lift, speech reinforcement. in the same time in the meeting. So that's the first thing. And on the other side, there is another channel that we use that is used only for recording or for web conferencing that is going to be used. And this is exactly what I'm using now with my microphone here. So I have a USB, a non-USB adapter that I connect directly to the PC. So this is really nice because we can do it with one microphone or several microphones in the room to cover everything. You have the possibility to do both recording and speech reinforcement.
Great, thank you. Someone else is saying, obviously there's a lot of different kind of solutions on the market for lecture capture and remote learning. How is our solution different to our competitors?
What is really different, the lecture capture, where we are very different is the way that we propose everything. Actually, Sony, we are the only brand in the market already with our product to be able to propose to university, Bravias, SRG cameras, PTZ cameras, which we call SRG, edge analytics appliance to extract the text, as you saw, the tracking, all these solutions that we can build around our system, and also with this partnership with UbiCat, we have the possibility to, I would say, concentrate all this into a lecture capture system so that the students can review it. So where I think we are very strong is in this capability to integrate everything to scale as much as possible the full solution for any university. And with our experience, we also can bring, I would say, ideas and ways for universities to really build a solution that fits perfectly to their needs.
Okay, thank you. Someone else is asking, can we use the PTZ auto tracking and handwriting extraction at the same time?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure that's someone that is already knowing the answer to ask it, because indeed with the edge analytics appliance, the new version, the new firmware version, it is possible to use PTZ tracking and handwriting extraction. This is exactly what I'm doing at the moment, is that I'm using the both solution to have the text extraction of text and the tracking. I have another box, to be honest, that is doing the chroma key CD overlay. This is why you can see me very well extracted from the background. I have a mask here just to mask a zone that is in the same color of my shirt. So basically, this is working very well, as you can see, and extracting me without having a green background. You could see it when I was showing you my background. Yeah.
Yeah, and that works better, doesn't it? Because like when you're using Zoom like me, occasionally the background kind of pops back in again. Next question is, how many microphones can be installed with such a system?
We can install up to 20 microphones per room at the same time. So if, for example, you have a very, very big lecture room or council room, because it's not only for education, the microphone, and you can use it in big board rooms, in meeting rooms, and council room, for example, this is totally possible. And it works very well, up to 20. And we have a software which is called Mass Manager, Mass Manager, that allows to manage all the microphone that you would have, for example, for a company, wherever it is. You can have a possibility to have hierarchies about 20 microphones in one room. There is 10 rooms, for example, in a floor, 10 rooms with 20 microphones. In one building, you can have probably 5, 10 rooms, 20 rooms, whatever, etc. You will have possibility to manage thousands of rooms if you need with this manager. Sending the updates, sending the firmware, etc. This is going to be very easy to manage and to I'm trying to administrate the full network of microphones.
Okay, thank you. Another question is, what sort of support are you providing for installers and also then to the university end customers?
This is a very important point because as we are, as I said, a little bit before, as we want to approach the university not only with a product but for a solution, a full solution, this needs really a strong support from us. So meaning that from the beginning of the needs, the qualification of the needs, and to understand what is the needs of the universities, we need to be working closely with the integrators, and the integrators and us with the university directly. And I think this is the best way to work in partnership together. And then after, or with the university directly also. And then after, we have we will follow on doing generally demos. It can be doing online demos just to see whether one product is indeed the full solution fits better, or that we need to adapt to any existing other solution that all the university already have. And then we will go through even to do a proof of concept with the universities, qualifying totally the solution for the universities. And then we go up to the deployment, helping the integrators to deploy, validating within the solution, the full solution, and then for sure the after-sales and all that come after during. So we really want to be as close as possible as with the university and the integrator, just to have a partnership that is going to be really good. We are not looking for selling it once and goodbye, nothing will happen again. We really want to enter with universities with a strong partnership with them. And this is something that Sony is known for. This is the partnership and the support that we can bring to our partners and customers.
Okay, great. Another question here, which I think you kind of answered, but just to go over it again, is how is the solution scalable? So can I start perhaps with one room and add over time?
Yes, indeed, everything is totally scalable. You can even start with one microphone, for example, in a room, and then because you have Teams or Zoom, as I said, I'm sure also that Teams, Zoom, all these solutions will evolve with the time. So we are cautious about. We know that this will happen. So we are always looking for adapting our solution to this system that already exists. So basically, yes, you can start with one microphone, one analytics box, tracking, etc., and grow the system. Everything is made to be, I would say, totally adaptable within times and fulfill the needs of the university. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And related to that, we've got a question, which again, I think you've kind of answered, but a lot of universities already have PTZ cameras in place. Is it possible to add on such a system, or should it be installed from scratch? I think you've sort of covered that, but I guess the PTZ question.
Yeah, we will adapt. It depends on the system, because the tracking solution is the only one where we need to have Sony cameras, really. Because we are sending command, the edge analytics appliance solution will send command to the camera to track the person. But for the rest, I would say yes, we will adapt. The only thing that is required, and I would say Sony is a leader is a world leader in sensor the sensor into the camera. So the most important thing is to have a good quality camera. I was saying on the beginning that the quality of the camera is very important for the students at the moment. They complain about having difficulties to see clearly the teacher. Many times the teacher don't take care about the background, the lighting condition, etc. And when you stay 7 hours in front of a PC to see someone that you don't see very well, this is not good for learning, So this is very important to take care about the quality of the camera, and that's it. And after we will adapt to the rest.
Okay. Just looking to see if we've got any more. I think that's all our questions from the audience. Just one question from me. Obviously, you've spent a lot of time with customers over the last year. How do you think, education is going to change over the next 12 months? What does the future hold for universities across Europe?
Yeah, I think well, for me, it's very exciting because this is a very nice market, a very interesting market. We are dealing with something that is very important, is learning, is the education. This is very important for our civilization, I would say. So this is touching many things. And I see that the future at the moment and COVID situation have pushed this hybrid, I would say, push the university to go to hybrid. So yes, we are witnessing something that is going to be really game changing into learning education, and being part of that is very exciting, very interesting. Also, this is a big market potential for us. So and Sony, I mean, Sony is the best position in this market to be really answering the needs and to support the universities as much as possible. The only problem, I would say, the only difficulties that I can see is that it's difficult to say to every university that we are here, that we have solutions to do that, and that we can bring the best solution for them.
Great, thank you, Philippe. So thanks everyone for listening. We're going to end the session here. One thing to say is that, as you can see, Philippe has got the solution set up. So if you would like more information, if you would like a one-to-one demo, we can do a video demo for you. So please visit the stand. And if you go to our education room, you can live chat with Philippe or message us and we can set that up for you. So thanks very much for listening and have a great day.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.